Hi, all. Good evening and good morning.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, guys, last session, what we discussed?
We discussed about postman.
Apart from that,
Mocking.
Implementation
What
of
is
API.
output? What is endpoint?
okay. Fine. Let me share my screen.
Ranika, headphones, Siva.
Guys, go on mute. Okay. So yesterday we designed, calculator API, right? Okay. So today's session very, very important. Okay. So whenever the moment we create any kind of API, okay, by default, we will get two things. One is the RAML version 1.0 and then title. Title is nothing but whatever the project name or API name which you are going to provide. These two we will get it by default. And then we have root session. So in root session, we do have a couple of options, versions, protocols, apart from that, we do have base URI, a few more options are there that we are going to discuss in the coming sessions. Then if you want to construct any kind of API, we required 5 things: resource path, method,
Method,
request,
request,
response,
response,
then
HTTP
HTTP
status code.
status code.
very good. So if you remember all these 5 steps in order, okay, so you can construct, you can build any kind of API very easily. Okay, so that you guys already familiar with this, I hope many people constructed APIs, and I hope Saumya, like she created like own API which is related to sign-in related page and all. Okay. See, apart from this, whatever I explained, first practice this, and you can try it by your own. Okay, but don't go with different concepts. Whatever I explained, same you can try it. In different examples and all, so that you are going to learn more. Okay. So now, actually, can you see here? Almost our API, it consists of 167 lines of code. As we discussed in yesterday's session, our main, this is the root file. Okay, this root file always it will be sweet and short. Okay, so we should not write this much of code in the main root file. So total, how many lines of code is there? 167.
167.
Okay, so I'll try to make it this, some 50 lines of code, but it should work as it is. Now if you test any API, what will happen? So suppose take any API, try it, no, provide some letters, enters, and you are getting response, right? The moment if you reduce code also, your API should work. Okay, so how we need to optimize this code, we will see now. Okay, so first thing, we need to follow the we have to create some folders and files. Inside this we can keep something. Okay, I will show you in organization how we are going to keep our code in the files and in folders and files. First let me create a folder. So can you see here, click on this plus button. The moment you click on this plus button, you will get two options: new file, new folder. So first I'll go with the new folder. So the moment I create a folder, here I am writing examples. So let me create a folder. See, I created folder. So this is much similar to how we are going to folder in the Windows. How we'll create in the folder in Windows? Right click, new folder name. You will provide, right? Here also similar way. Click on this plus button, new folder, then provide the folder name. That's it. Okay. So now once you create a folder, can you see? If you place a cursor in the example, again you can see one more plus button. Can you see here?
Yes, sir.
That means the moment you click on this example, if you place cursor here, so here you will get one more plus button. Again in this folder, you can create a subfolder or you can directly create a file. Understood? So depending upon our requirement, we can do that. So usually most of them, like they will create, right? First what they will do, they will create movies. Okay, inside that movies folder, again they will create 2 to 3 subfolders, like Telugu movies, Hindi movies, Tamil movies, like this, right? So here also, depending upon our requirement, we can create a folder. Okay, so now I created a folder, right? Example. So inside that, I'm going to create a file. So the moment I click on this file, can you see raml version 1.2 specification? See, file extension is api.raml. Okay, here we are not going to write a raml, we are going to write a JSON. So if you want to change this extension .raml to .json, click on this raml, select other option. So the moment you select other option, what will happen? Automatically file extension got changed. Okay.
JSON format.
Yes. So now click on create. See, the moment you click on create, it will take to you this page. Okay, this is the empty file. Okay, here we can write according to our requirement. Okay, whatever you want to keep, you can keep it over here. Clear? So now I want to optimize this code. See, if I want to optimize this code, what I will do, wherever example is there, that I'm going to remove this. So this is addition, right? See what I'll do, I'm going to delete this and I can keep it in the file. Okay, see, the moment I pasted here, right hand side you got the same, right? Understood? Okay, let me write addition is 200. See, same message I got it, right? So this is the interview question, guys. So question they may ask you, how you are going to validate your JSON within the AnyPoint platform. Okay, see, this is the JSON format, right? In the example, see, application/JSON example. Here I wrote JSON. So if you want to test whether JSON is correct or not, we can test it in two ways. One is internal AnyPoint platform, we can test it, or else third party tools you can use, jasonlint.com. Try to paste your JSON here, validate it. See, now it is showing valid JSON. Now if I keep anything comma or something, if I click on this validate JSON, it will throw error. See, error parse line on line number 3. So here we are getting the error, so we need to remove it and then test it. So this is how you can validate your JSON. See, now only one line, right? We can easily test it. Okay, but in real time what will happen, we will have thousands of lines of request or response. That time we need to test like this. Addition is 200. Now let me validate it. So this is the valid JSON. So here also Once you create a file extension with the .json, if you keep anything, see, the moment I gave comma, can you see here, right hand side, there is no preview. Did you guys notice?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That means this is not a valid JSON. Okay. If you are not getting a preview, that means this is not a valid JSON. Remove this and you can see you got the output. That means this is the valid JSON. Okay. So how can we test, whether our JSON is valid or not?
Through JSON list.
JSON lint, this is the online tool. Okay. But if you want to test internally, what you can do? You can create a file with the extension .json. You can paste your request or response. If you get the preview, that means this is the valid JSON. If not, that is the invalid JSON. See, I did not get preview now. So this is invalid JSON. See, understood? Okay. So this is how we can keep it. Now, if I come back here, if I click on the get method, can someone tell me what is the output I'll get it?
Error.
Error. Very good. Any other answers? Try to think.
Server error.
So can you please repeat the question again?
See, here I removed the response, right? Response I removed and I kept it in this file. Now, if I test this endpoint, what is the output we will get it?
Result not show.
Same output.
200. Okay, sir.
Same output. Same output.
Very
Not
good.
found,
One guy
Output.
error. No
We get
output.
same.
Same,
Same
sir.
output.
200. Okay.
200 is 200. We will get it. In down message, what we will get it? That is what I'm asking.
Nothing will get
Nothing issue.
blank message.
Not found. Not found.
Only flower brackets you will get it.
Okay, perfect. So the moment we click on this send, we will get the empty response. 1 second. Number 2 also mandatory, right? Sorry. See, the moment I click on the send button, I will get an empty array. See? Why I got empty? Because
Folder lo
I did not pass anything here. I copy pasted in the file, but there is no link to this file, right? We did not refer this file to our project, correct or not?
Yes.
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 So again, this is the interview question. How do you refer an external file in the RAML? Okay. So if you want to refer an external file, so syntax you have to use exclamation mark, include. So where is our file is located?
examples.
Examples.
Example folder, right? Try to
Yes.
type E. So it will display, or else click on this up arrow, automatically it will show examples. Inside this examples, what was there? File.json.
File JSON.
Click on it. Now, if I click on the send button now, so what is the output we'll get?
Same output.
No,
Addition.
200
is
Addition
the
is-
status code.
Addition is
Addition something.
Okay, perfect. Addition is
20.
20. Perfect. See, so this is how we can refer a file in the RAML. Okay. So in interview, they may ask you a question like this: how do you refer, files from in the RAML? How do you refer an external files in the RAML? So you have to tell them. So by using include keyword, and then we have to provide the path of the file. Okay. Understood? So this again, let me explain you. So if you want to refer this file, exclamation mark, include. So where is our file? Here. So in the example folder, in the file, it was there. So you can click on here, directly it will display, or else You know, right, where is your data will be, request is located, response. So just click on this 3 vertical dots. Can you see here? 3 vertical dots are there, right? Click on it, copy path. Okay, and then paste it. So this is another way to refer this file. Same now, if you click on this, send it. So you will get the response. Clear? Guys, go on. Somebody, Shweta, go on mute.
Sir, is this for only JSON files or anything?
No, for XML also it will be same.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Depend on requirement, right?
Correct. It depends on complete. Now, almost 99% we will deal with the JSON only. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, similarly, what I will do, this is for which method? Get, right? So we'll get confusion. What I will do, I'll click on this 3 vertical dots. I'll rename it. Instead of this file, get hyphen response. Okay. Or else simply you can write addition response. Okay. So this is related to addition. Okay. So that we can understand. Again, we need to change this because we change the file name, right? Because there is no file name with the
Example file.
like this file.json. It was not there. So that's why it is throwing error. So to avoid this, what we can do, just type A, automatically it will come. Exclamation mark include.
Slash. Example.
Sorry, not example. 1 second. It is not yet saved. 2 minutes back it got saved. Okay. Include examples, then addition response. See, now there is no error, project error. Understood? Similarly, we will apply for multiplication, division, subtraction.
again?
Yeah.
So,
For remaining
Kishore, one
3.
question here.
Yeah.
1 second. I will quickly explain you again. Okay. Still, we have 3 endpoints, right? Let me explain. Okay. So first thing, for addition it is done. Now for subtraction we have example, right? So instead of writing this example, see, this is our first class. So that's why, guys, somewhere I'm getting noise. Please go on mute. Okay. See, today is our, second class or third class. So that's why I took only 1 line of response here. Okay. Going forward, imagine if we have response which consists of 1000 lines. Imagine in that scenario, what will happen? Are you going to face 1000 lines here? If you paste also, nothing will happen, but your code, it will be clumsy. Even you cannot, judge properly. Where is your resource path? Where is your status codes? Everything. So that's why for better practice, we will keep everything here. Understood? So that is the reason. So now again, I'm going to delete this. Okay, first thing, let me remove this example. Okay. Now we have to create a folder. How to create a folder? In the examples already I created a folder. Inside this, I want to create a file. Click on this file, plus button, new file. So we want to JSON, right? Select others. So here extension JSON will come. Now you just write subtraction hyphen response.json. Just create a file and then paste it here. So you got the preview. That means this is the valid JSON. Now come back to your root file. You have to refer that file. How to refer this file?
Example.
Include.
Include.
Include example dot file.
Exclamation mark, include.
Include
Example.
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 Very good. If you type E, automatically it will display examples,
Yes.
Copy that.
JSON format.
subtraction response.json. Okay. So this is how we can refer an external file in the RAML. See, earlier we used 3 lines, right? So instead of that, I used everything in 1 line. So this is how I can optimize this code. Okay. Now similarly, same I'm going to apply for this multiplication as well, multiply. So again, what I need to do?
New
New
folder
file.
is created.
New file. Yeah. See, every time instead of creating new file, I can tell you shortcut. So already you created 2 files, right? So
Duplicate file.
Yes.
click on any one file, make it as duplicate. So the moment you make it as duplicate, change this name. Instead of this subtraction, just write
Multiply.
multiply response.json, duplicate it. So same data you will get it. This data you just delete it because we don't want this. We need multiplication response. Keep it this. Okay. And then come back to root file. Same, you just refer that exclamation mark, include. You just copy this path, copy path, and then paste it. Okay.
But we need to change the multiply also.
Where? No, we already
Use
copy pasted.
subtraction.
We use the subtraction, but here we use that multiply response.
See, this is subtraction, this is multiply, this is addition.
Sir, you copied the
No,
subtraction
sir.
part.
Subtraction.
Copy subtraction
Okay,
in the
okay.
multiplication part.
Got it. Okay, now let me again copy this path and then paste it over here. Okay. Similarly, let me apply the last one as well. Let me quickly copy, delete this. Again, I'll come back here. I'll make it duplicate. Here I'll write
Division.
division, duplicate it, delete this and then paste this. Okay, and then come back to root file. You just refer this, include, and then division, copy path, paste it. Okay. So now let me test this division wala. Try it. Click on send. See, we are getting 200. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, whenever you are dealing with RAML, you have to remember 2 things. Okay. First one is in one API. Okay. You cannot write, same resource path twice. So suppose addition I wrote, right? Again, if I write addition, what will happen? It is throwing error. See, if you place a cursor, it is showing duplicate key. Okay. So you should not write 2 same resource path. Okay. At least there should be little change. See, now we are not getting any error. Okay. So okay. So you cannot write same resource path twice. That is point number 1 you have to remember. Second one is in one resource path, you cannot write same methods twice. See, if you write two get methods, it will not understand which one we need to call. Okay. Can you see here? Again, it is throwing error, duplicate key. Understood? So instead of this get method, you can write different method here. If you write put method, so it will accept. See, now the moment if I go to addition, I could see two methods. See, get and put. Different methods it will allow in the same resource path. First thing, in one API, we cannot write two resource path twice. That is point number one. Next, point number two. In one resource path, we cannot write same methods twice. Clear? These two you just remember. Okay. Next. Up to now clear, right? Any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in calculator program, we have written in RML, no, sir, RML,
Yes.
RAML
Correct.
language.
Yes.
Then, while creating files, why we are using JSON, sir?
Because we are dealing with the JSON response, right? So that's why. Here we mentioned, right? Application type JSON.
Okay, sir.
So
So we
that
have to create only JSON files, sir, or any other files we can create.
any others also you can create. XMLs also you can create it. In coming classes, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will see that XML thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Where our client requirements, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, include is a keyword or any command? Like,
It is like keyword. You can call it as keyword.
okay.
So in real time, which one we will mostly use? Like if we use JSON or XML?
JSON only. I told you, right? 90% we are going to deal with the JSON.
Okay.
10% hardly we will use XML depending upon the client requirement.
Okay. And second thing, Kishore, here actually for each and every positive and negative response, we have to create one file, right? Or else any chance like we can use the same file for a negative response or positive response?
No, no, this is completely different, right? This is addition related response. This is division. Okay. We should not write, all in one file. Understood?
Okay. Okay.
See, if you want to book a flight ticket, you have to go to flight float portal. Okay. You should not go to the bus portal. Understood?
Yeah.
Any
But
other question?
if in case for negative response for 500, it will be only same error
See,
message. Right?
500, these are all optional. I told you, even though, if you did not mention this 400, 404, 500 also, if you are, violating this RAML, automatically inbuilt, it will come. Understood?
Okay.
Already in last class, I showed you, right?
Yeah.
So these are just, syntax purpose, I wrote it. Understood? These
Okay.
are not mandatory field, HTTP status codes. If they will give you in the spreadsheet, we need to implement it, or else you just leave it.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Sir, to reduce the code, actually we are defining in one file, right? So the success message we are defining it. What about
Yes.
the error message? So we need to create separate file, or
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
same file we can.
Good question. I'll show you, after 5 minutes now. Okay. Okay. Up to now, no questions, I hope. Okay. Let me optimize this code. Earlier 167, now only 159. Hardly 8 lines I reduced. That's it. As I promised, I need to reduce more than 60 lines. Okay. Now, okay. Here we are going to use one important concept here. Okay. This concept name is traits. Okay. Very, very, very important. Each and every project we are going to implement these traits in the real time. So trait is nothing. First of all, what do you mean by trait? So trait is nothing but it is a reusable assets. Okay. Reusable assets like headers, query params, and as well as responses. Okay, let me show you. So What is trait? Trait is nothing but it is a reusable components like headers, query params, and responses. In your API, if you have any repeatable headers or repeatable query params or repeatable error response, what you can do? You can apply traits. So in our case, let me check whether do we have any reusable components or not. So if I go back, can you see query parameters number 1, number 2. So whereas in case of subtraction also I'm using query param number 1, number 2. So I'm repeating 2 times, right? And then if I go here 3 times, 4 times I'm repeating this code. Okay. So instead of writing 4 times, what I will do, I'm going to keep this code in the trait folder, trait file. So wherever I want, I can call this. Okay, I can keep it in one place. Whenever I want, I can call it. Okay, instead of writing multiple times. And apart from this query parameters, headers. So right now we don't have any headers. We didn't discuss the topic. Later we will see headers. And then error responses. Error responses 500, 400, 404. Here also 500, 400, 404. Okay, we are repeating multiple times, right? So that this error codes also we can keep it in the traits. Got it? So first of all, a trait definition I explained you, right? Trait is nothing but it is a reusable components like headers, query params, and responses. Now,
Error response.
yes. Now let me create the trait folder. Create a new folder. Write name as traits. Create it. So once we created traits folder, inside this traits, we have to create a file, right? Click on this plus button, new file. So RAML version 1.0 specification is there, right? Click on this drop down, you will get a trait option. So click on this trait. You can provide the name. Okay. If you want, you can keep it the same trait.raml, or you can write error response.raml, something you can write it. So I'll go with as it is. Let me create it. See, the moment I create it here, so I got like this traits. Okay. Now, so I want to keep my query parameters here. So what I will do, I'll go to my root file. I'm going to, so let me remove this example. Let me copy this and then paste it. Okay. Now I'll come back to this calculator. Okay. Now if I delete this, okay, what will happen if I click on the get method, try it, send. See, we are getting 200. I did not pass anything, still I am getting this, right? Now I kept my query params here, right? So I want to call this. How to call this traits? First, you have to declare globally. If you type T, automatically it will come. Traits. Okay. You have to provide any keyword. Query param, right? Just I'm writing QUV. You have to refer that file. How to refer an external file?
Slash.
Exclamation mark.
Include.
Very good. See why it is not giving suggestions. Include. Then
Example.
not examples. Where is our folder? Traits, right?
Right.
Traits.
Copy.
Very good. Trait.raml.
Grammar.
So this is how we can call this. Okay. Now, okay. Now see, if I click on this get method, so don't click on try it. You are not able to see query params here, right? Number one, number two. Are you able to see here?
No. No.
No.
No.
No.
Okay. Why? Because I removed, right? Let me show you for subtraction. See, if I see subtraction, you can see query parameters, number one, number
Yes.
two. Here for get method, I removed, right? So that's why it is not showing here. Let me click on this get. See, I'm not able to see here. Now, if I'll call this trades, automatically you could see number one, number two here. Okay. This is how we can declare a trades. Okay. If you want to call this trades, you have to use the is keyword. Is. Okay. This is the variable name. QUV, right? You just type Q, automatically it will come. See, QUV, select it. See, now if I click on this get method, what will happen? You can see query parameters. Okay. Understood? Now, what I will do, I am going to remove for subtraction also. Okay. Similarly, I am going to remove this code for multiplication as well. Let me remove this query parameter. Okay. Like this, I'll remove here. Okay. Now see, earlier 167 lines, now 120 lines of code is there. Almost I optimized a few lines. Clear? Now similarly, if you want to call these trades in the, guys go on mute, is or here. Okay, how to call this QE. See now you could see. Similarly, let me call, guys go on mute, is DEC. Sorry, not DEC, QUE, right? Okay.
Sir, one doubt here.
1 second, hold on. Let me finish. Is QUE. Okay. Okay. Now, if you test any API, you can see query params, number one, number two. Okay. Now tell me, any questions now?
Sir, actually, you are in every method you are calling a single trait, right?
Yes.
Is the query parameters of type actually the should be same?
It should be same. If it is same, then only you have to keep it in the traits. Satya, go on mute.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Instead of writing all the matter here, we can write in that file, sir.
Sorry.
Instead of writing all the matter here, we can write it on example.
Yeah, you can keep
files.
it in the trait folder. You can call it so that we can optimize this.
Addition, I mean addition separate, subtraction separate, like that.
Yeah. This is different response, right? You have to keep it in different files.
Okay.
Sir, one small doubt.
Yeah, go on.
If we define it in the global, like traits, so it applies for the whole code, right, sir?
Wherever you want, you can call it.
So we can add additional queue. Like
no. In same queue, you have to call it. Why? Because see, let me tell you. Now I kept only query params, right?
Right, sir.
What I will do, I am going to keep this status codes also in the same file. Instead of writing, 2 times, what I'll do, I can keep it in one file itself. Okay. So now what I will do, So let me explain you this status codes also. See, let me click on this get method again. Go to summary, click on this get method. Okay. If you scroll down, can you see 200, 400, 404, okay, 500. Now, what will happen? I'm going to delete this. Okay, I deleted this. Now, if I test this, what will happen? Get method. You are not able to see 400, 404, 500, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what I will
Yes.
do, I'll go to the traits.raml. Here I will write responses. Here I'm going to paste this. Somewhere I got error. Can someone tell me where exactly error? In one line number, I need to change it.
Spacing.
Example 32.
No.
At
No.
the status code, you have to
500.
Line formation, sir.
Line 13 you have
Indentation,
error,
sir.
sir.
Indentation.
Not 13. 13 is also okay.
500.
line 19.
Before
Sir,
responses, we have to
Line
write
12.
Not
Line 19.
400, 404. Old in
19.
old in
hold on,
it.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Sir, 400, 404, 500 line.
Okay. These two are, we need to change it. That's it. Okay. Now there is no error in the project. Now what will happen if I go to the root file? Okay. If I click on this get method, so you don't want to call this again. Why? Because already I called this here. Okay. Now if you go here, see 400, 404, 500, all it came automatically. Okay. Similarly, I am going to remove this up to here. Okay. Now here also I'm going to remove this. Okay. See, almost I reduced so many lines of code. Now if you test any application, any endpoint, if you scroll down, you could see query parameters, responses, all will be there. Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt.
1 second. Yeah, go on.
Now you have used all same codes, sir. For example, response codes all are same for all methods. If in case various, we have
If
to
it is different, you should not use traits. You have to keep it in the main file itself. I told you, right, the definition of this traits. Trait is nothing but it is a reusable components like headers, query params, error responses. If we have any one query parameter or error responses, if it will be repeated 2 times with the same data, okay, then only you have to use this, you have to apply traits, or else there is no use to apply traits. Understood? See, code is as it is same untene, you have to apply traits, or else you should not use.
సార్ మూడు కలిపి ఒకే ట్రైట్ లో రాయొచ్చా సార్?
Yes, you can. You can do that.
Okay.
Already I wrote two things, right? See, query parameters,
responses. Headers, sir. Headers.
Headers also you can write it, because I did not explain header concept to you, right?
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why we are using RAML and JSON at a time? What is the
Where?
difference between them?
Where? See, this is a trait, okay? Trait means if you have any reusable concept, we are using this trait.raml file. Okay, in any point of platform, we are going to deal with RAML and JSON only. Okay. See, this JSON is optional. Depending upon requirement, we have to go with the JSON or XML. Okay. But if you want to apply these traits, always it will be extension dot raml only.
In traits also we have JSON format now, sir. Here in 500 and 404 we have
Yes, correct.
Then it is right to put in raml dot raml extension, sir.
It was there now. Can you see trait dot raml? Here only
Yes,
it is
sir.
there.
Previously we used dot JSON, no, sir.
No, this is completely, that is the response, right? That is different. Okay.
Okay. For response, we should every time use dot JSON.
JSON only.
Not only JSON, if XML will be there, XML also we can keep it.
But for traits, always RAML. Whether JSON
Yes.
format is also there, we have to use RAML also.
See, our main root file extension, can you see here? Calculator.raml. Okay. This is the main root file. Always it will be .raml only extension.
Sir, one small doubt, sir. While calling query parameters QE, we are using is function, right, sir?
Is keyword. If you want to call these traits, you have to use the keyword called is.
That is mandatory, sir.
That is mandatory. Okay. If you give something else, it won't work for you.
Okay. For calling purpose only, we'll use.
Yeah. This is again, they may ask you how you are going to call traits in the raml. So in interview, they may ask you what is trait. They may ask you question like this. Okay.
Okay.
In design, almost you will get 4 to 5 questions. Okay.
Kishore.
Yeah.
Since it is a RAML, trait is a RAML, so can we use that trait in other APIs as well? Means we are using in calculator RAML, right? So can we use another API also?
Yes, you can keep these traits, for that we have to use fragment. You cannot use in other APIs. Okay. So traits you can use within your API. You should not use outside. If you want to use outside any piece of code, you have to go with the fragment.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. See, this is variable name. Okay. You can keep any name. Okay. You can write anything. Mulesoft also you can write it. Mule. Again, we'll get error here. We need to change this. Understood? So whatever the name you provided over there, same you have to write it here. Oh my God. Okay.
Kishore, I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
We are using in traits both query parameters and response, but we are calling under method only.
Yes, because see, sometimes we may not require to call in all the methods. Wherever you want, depending upon your requirement, you can call it.
Okay. Under method only, it will come query parameters and error response also, right?
Correct. So under method only, you have to call it. Whatever will be there in that file, it will be applicable to entire method.
Okay. For success response, we can use in .json. For error response, we can use in trait, right?
That is always by default trait.ram file.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Right. Use for another RAML file also used, sir.
There is no use, right? Why you want to with again extra file?
And two types of RAML.
See, if you are buying something, okay, if you are buying TV, remote is coming, right, by default. Again, why you want to go with another shop and buy remote? It will be unnecessary, right? So here also, you don't want to create unnecessary file. What you have to do as a designer or developer, you have to optimize the code always. Okay. See now almost, yes.
Sir, if I need to change required fields and types in different methods, what we do this? For example, I need to write request field in true in addition, and I want to write required field in false in subtraction.
In that case, you should not use.
Okay. There is no use to try it.
If everything will be same only, then only you have to reuse it. Okay.
Okay.
Or else don't go with this. Even some description change also you should not use. Understood?
Okay.
See here internal server is there, right? If
Okay.
something will be different here in another method, you should not use this. Okay. You have to write it in the main root file itself. We don't have any other option.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
one small doubt, sir, here.
Yes.
In real time, if the same similar thing is given to you and me, if I write it in 160 or 170, if you write it in 50 lines, is it
Okay.
matter, sir, in real time to the
Yeah,
client?
definitely by seeing this, by seeing your code only, your team lead or architect, he will come to know you are not good designer.
Okay.
If you write 160 lines of code, you are not good designer.
No.
See, in real time, what will happen? Here I added C. 1 second. See, here only one line of code is there, but in real time, you have 3000 lines of code will be there. In this scenario, if you paste all 3000 lines of code here, while scrolling only, it may take time. Okay. If you get any error, if you do some indentation mistakes, it is very difficult to handle this. Understood?
Okay.
So by seeing your design only, they will come to know how good you are into RAML. Okay. So we need to optimize code like this. Earlier 167 lines of code was there. Now I optimize it to 45. Let me optimize still. Let me reduce 1 or 2 lines. See here protocols I use HTTP and HTTPS, right? See, it took 2 lines. Instead of this, what I'll do, I'm going to write it in 1 line. See, now there is no error. See, now 42. Still, I want to reduce my code.
Sir, I have one question here, sir.
1 second, let me finish this. Okay, now 42. Still, I want to reduce 2 more lines. Where can I reduce?
Response 200 body.
No, you should not remove this. Response is different, right? Get response, here addition is something is there. Here subtraction is there, right? How you are going to remove this? Okay, now can you see
application
body
JSON.
type application JSON? Okay, so you just use media type application JSON. Okay, now you just remove this. Okay, why? Because we declared globally, we don't want to write again.
Is there any specifications like writing that media one, like you have written that media one for the globally
Media type. See, here I wrote 4 times, right? Media type application JSON, application JSON, application JSON. Instead of writing 4 times, I declared globally 1 time, so that by default it will fetch wherever media type will be there.
Okay, because all are having same
type. Correct.
If there is any different, we should not use that.
No, we should not use. Correct. See, now I optimize this code to 39 lines of code. Still, I can reduce this. See, here I called is keyword, right? This it came down, right? Okay, so like this I can optimize this. Okay, okay, so this is how we can optimize this. 30 earlier 167 lines of code was there, now it was only 35. Okay, now I'm going to you can take this file, okay, and you can give it to anyone, any architect or any Mulesoft senior consultant or anyone. Okay, they are not reduce more than this, I think almost 35. They cannot reduce this. Maximum whatever the possibility will be there, everything I used. Okay.
Sir, why can't we use the 200 in the traits, sir?
Sorry?
Why can't we use 200 in traits?
Just now I told you, right? Addition response is different, subtraction response is different. How can you keep this? If you keep it, which one it will call?
Sir. Yeah. Okay.
If it is same, you can keep it. Clear?
Sir, one more doubt, sir.
Okay.
Sir, in addition, subtraction, multiplication and all, we have taken two numbers.
Okay.
So we have for that, so that we have taken the common trait.
Mm-hmm.
If I take addition 3 numbers, subtraction 2 numbers, then what?
You should not use that. I told you, right? You should not use. If it is same, then only you have to go with the traits.
Okay. Okay.
So can you give us an example how a client gives this RAML in a sheet?
In real time, I'll show you. After, completion of your basics and advanced classes, I can show you. I told you, right?
Okay.
See, this is the sheet. You will get like this. Okay. So everything you will get it. Okay. Here request, response, status codes, everything the client will provide like this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll show you in the
Excel they provide. In Excel they will provide for us.
Depends. Sometimes they may provide in the Excel. Sometimes they will give you in the Word. Okay. Or sometimes what they will do, they will give you one website for reference. Okay. Depends. Whatever it may be. Once we got that spreadsheet, accordingly we can implement it. Clear? Today I gave so many interview questions, right? Anyone remember?
Yes, trial it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
First, how do you refer an external file in the RAML? How to validate JSON within the anypoint platform? Then what is trait? What is the use of these traits? Okay.
How to call it, right?
Kishore, are you speaking? We are not able to hear.
Actually, he is not speaking.
Sir, we can't see the video.
He left
Because nobody wants to take ownership. They want to delete the snapshot, which was created long back by the users on.
Okay, he's texted in our WhatsApp group. It's a power problem.
Okay, bye guys.
Here and there.
We need to
Bye,
drop out.
guys.
Yeah, bye.
Can we leave now?
Yeah, we need to leave.
Everyone leave.
We'll catch